The Warriors had an ugly loss tonight to the Utah Jazz by a final score of 111-85. The Utah Jazz won, of course. And tonight's game snapped the Warriors' 9-game winning streak. They were going for that 10-in-a-row streak, and unfortunately they couldn't go for it. But honestly, in this streak, I think you go 9-1 without Draymond Green. I think that's a W for me. That's a win in my books. But it just would have been nice to beat the Jazz, especially it would have been for the third time this year beating them. But the Warriors really died down after the first quarter. The Warriors, the first quarter they were leading by double digits, and then suddenly, the second quarter comes around. They didn't score more than 20 points in each of the second, third, and fourth quarters. They scored 18 points in the second. Third quarter was atrocious, and they were losing by 20 plus points. I mean, tonight, of course, they lost by 26. It was just really a beatdown at the end there. The Warriors just couldn't get a rhythm going. And so, yeah, for the Warriors tonight, they did not have Klay Thompson. So that was probably part of, the reason why we lost, I'd say. I mean, Klay has been a big impact, positive impact for this team in the past couple games. The leading scorer was actually Jordan Poole with 18 points, 16 for Curry, 13 for Wiggins, 12 for Kuminga, and 11 for Juan Toscano. But besides that, really, Warriors were very, just laxed in this game. It just didn't seem like they were trying to get the win after that first quarter. For the Jazz, of course, they're a pretty good team. I wouldn't say they're like a finals contender, but they're a pretty good team. And they have a shot at making a deep playoff run for sure. But they have, Bojan Bogdanovic had 23 points, 14 for Donovan Mitchell. Udoka Azubuike had 11 points, 13 for Mike Conley, and 13 for Jordan Clarkson. And they just capitalized off the Warriors' terrible defense in the second, third, and fourth quarters in this game, which is strange because the Warriors are usually a good defensive team. The Warriors just couldn't hit a shot to go. I mean, they were shooting, very well in the beginning of the game, hitting most of their shots. They were up 8-0 to start the game. They're on like a 15-2 run to start the game. But then all of a sudden they're shooting below 50%. And, the final quarters, they missed 50 shots tonight. They were 28 of 78, which is terrible. Their three-point percentage could have been a lot better. And, I mean, honestly, we probably would have lost by a lot more had, Utah not have died down as well a little bit in the third and fourth quarters. That being said, though, this loss was very embarrassing for us. I mean, we're definitely making a run, and it would have been just nice to win that 10th game in a row. The Warriors have a back-to-back. A back-to-back-to-back because they played the Thunder last game. So they're going to have 3 games in 3 days after tomorrow, and they have to fly back home from Utah, and they'll play the Knicks. And the Warriors, historically this season had not played good on back-to-backs, but so I think we'll beat the Knicks, but I just think like the way we've played when we have to play multiple games in a short period of time has not been historically good. That being said, I hope we get the win next game because this game was bad and it puts us further back of that first place spot, which we, of course, currently hold the second place spot. But after that first quarter, I thought, during the first quarter, I was very confident in the Warriors. They were shooting well. Jordan Poole was doing good. Curry, the defense was looking good as well. And then you hit the second quarter where the Warriors cannot get a shot to go. And, I mean, they were lucky that Utah wasn't making more shots either because the Warriors very well tonight, I think, could have lost by 30 to 40 points. They're lucky they only lost by around 25 points because this game was just not theirs. It was just, put it straight, it was not their game. They did not do well, and that's why they lost. Yeah, so final score, Utah Jazz 111, Golden State Warriors 85. The Jazz moved to 34-21. Warriors moved to 41-14. Still a great record, but we've got to get back in the win column and start another win streak. And I mean, I think without Klay Thompson, of course, you're going to face adversity, especially how good he's been lately. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go Warriors.